Hi and welcome to app development in Lua using Corona SDK. Right here I have an app I just finished developing. I call this app Bubble Drop. When you click on any of the bubble, if you are able to burst any of the bubble, you should have a point there. You can see the counter. Now I have 2, I have 4. If you click on the wrong bubble, you will end up losing a point. So that's the whole idea of this game. And if you can get up to 10, that means you'll be able to go on to the next level, which I have not finished creating yet. However, I just want to share this bubble drop with you guys because I think it's quite good, so that we can share it together. And let's save so that you guys can see it more. Let's change that, and that is how it looks in another frame. Let's look for something else. No, that might be a little bit too big. Maybe, yeah, let's settle for knock table, and that's how it looks in knock table. Yeah. So what I'll do next is take you guys into Lua editing environment, and I'll show you how to put this together. So let's go into Lua now. So go to File, open in Edit, and there. So here I have the codes, but I feel maybe we should start a new project entirely so that you guys get a good idea of how to put this together. So I might as well just go to File, New Project, and just call it Bubble Drop 2. Bubble Drop 2. Save that right on my desktop. Click on OK, and there we have a new page entirely. Let me close this, and maybe close that as well. We don't need it anymore, and we'll start a new project. So let's go to File, open the project. I think the project is already open. Let's say close this. We don't need this. Yeah, go to File and open the editor. There. Okay, let's get rid of all of this. We don't need it. And the first thing I'm going to start with is, I might as well just let you guys know, I'm going to create all of my circles right there now. So I'm going to save that. I will now come here and relaunch it. So as you can see, you guys must be familiar with the following circle. It's actually in one of the tutorials I created earlier. Okay, so the next thing we want to do now is as follows. Then the next thing is, let me create those functions. Here are the functions. Let's put a line in here. You see this very function up there. This very first one is to get the screen centered, and this one, that's for the counter. I don't really need this. I was going to add the background, so I've commented it out. Right now, this very function here, that is to count anytime you pop one of those bubbles, it will become +1. As you can see, the score is 0, so when you pop any of those bubbles, it becomes +1. But right here, if you pop any of the wrong bubble, you will lose 2 points. Okay, that's the whole idea here. So if I run it now, there will be an error because I still need to write the function for the bubbles to drop. So let's run it and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, though the 0 is right here, that's 0 right here. Okay, and all of these are not doing anything. They're not doing nothing yet. Okay, but the score is right there. Alright, so let's go ahead with the rest of the coding. Okay, I'm going to create more function, exactly the same type of function here, right here. Okay, just for the to count how many bubbles drops. So there they are. If you notice, it's exactly the same function. Let me get rid of that. Okay, it's exactly the same function that take care of the counting, and these very functions here, all of these will count against you if you pop any of those bubbles that will be allocated to them. As you can see, they are all the same. Okay, but if you pop one of these, this very one, you will gain a point. I think there is more losing points than gaining, so let me just copy this, copy that, bring it down, maybe take it up, let's say I think down. Let's get rid of one. Yeah, get rid of that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, save that. So if I run it, nothing will happen still. That's it, nothing is happening, nothing is moving. So one thing that is very important is for me to, let's get our physics in place. So I think well, before that, let me just get rid of the status bar, display dot set status. Set status bar to, so there should be an X there. Yeah, that's correct. Set it just to delete or get rid of the status bar or hide it anyway. Okay, now so that will take care of the status bar. Then the next thing I need to do is let's get the physics in place. Yeah, that's so equals, let's request that. Yeah, and get our physics in place. Okay, so that's physics in place, but we now need to start it. So let's come here, let's copy that, paste it there, dot start. So this will help with gravity acting on all of the bubbles. This will aid the gravity on all of the bubbles. So the next thing is, now that I have all my score recording functions in place and score deleting functions, okay, the next thing is I will have to declare another function. This very function is to act on all of these local variables. You can call it bubbles. Let me just change that to maybe bubble 2 or circle 2, whatever. Okay, that's bubble 1, but the name for them is called circle. Alright, now I have a lookup function. If I save and run now, there will be an error because I need to end it. Let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. If I run it now, you see it's asking me to end the function, and I've also used else there. So let's end it and save. Though if I run it, nothing will happen really. Nothing is happening right now because I have not finished the physics part of it. So let's go back. So let's just give it a try and see. So but before then, let me call new list. Okay, that's it's called drop ball count. Alright, now let's enter the timer right there. Timer in this case, let's say dot perform with delay. Let's go for, yeah, that's about 1 second. and add new drop ball every time. Okay, let me just copy that before I end up making a mistake. Copy and just paste that in there. Alright, so we now want that to, let's say, come at 0 right there. So if I save it, let's save it and see what will happen. Come here, save, and let's see. Yeah, that's working as we want, but it's not doing anything. The counter is not. Yeah, the counter seems to be working as well. You notice I've lost a point right there. Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, why not? That's good. So, alright, but we don't want to leave it that way. As you can see, the more points you get, if you dare click on the red one, you will end up losing more than half of whatever you have. You see that? Let me get red. You see what happened? Okay, so let's go back and try to finish off this this game. Okay, so let's continue. Let's go for bubble 3. Let's copy all of that. I'm gonna copy that now. Come right down here, paste that in there, and just change this one to 3. Okay, instead of this color, let me get rid of that and just use random there. Random. So I want that to be a random color. So let's just copy, paste, and paste again. Delete that. Let's change this position to, let it be, yeah, why not? Let's just change it to this. Okay, let's change it to 40 by 50. So that will be the first one dropping there, and change this to 3. So I'll just let's create another variable. That's 3 there, and 3 here. Okay, no, let's undo that. Okay, change that to 3. Come right down here, change that to 3 as well. Let's save that now and see, run it, see what will happen. Okay, now I have random color generated there. Okay, now let's do another one. Let's make that number 4. Copy and paste that right there. Change it to bubbles number 4, and all of these become 4. That's 4. And that's 4 as well. 4. And let's change the coordinate. The coordinate this time, let's say to 120. Okay, that's fine. Save, run it, and let's see. Alright, so I've got the first and the second one spawning their own bubbles. Alright, and you can even change this to a different screen. Let's go for that. Yeah, that's good. Okay guys, let's continue with this. Okay, what I'll do now is, let me copy bubble 3 and 4 and just change that to bubble 5 and 6. 5, 6, and just change the variables. That's 5. Okay, one more. Alright, so the coordinates of 5 remains the same, and the coordinate of 6 is going to remain the same, but I have to change that variable. Okay, let's change that. And after this, I've just speed it up and to save us time. Change this as well. So what will happen is that you see more bubbles coming out of these first two bubbles. So let's save that. Save. Now rerun it. Okay, you can see there's more bubbles there coming out of this very second one. Okay, so let's just speed this up, else it's gonna take a very long time. Yeah, I think we'll actually speed it up around bubble 6. So that's bubble 6 now. You can see that's how it all looks like. That's bubble number 7. Okay, if you notice, I just copied. I didn't bother change the variables, but that's alright. Now bubble number 8, I've used variable number 4 for that. I've only just changed the coordinate. Bubble 9, coordinate change as well, but this time around I've entered circle number 7 for that. And I have circle number 8 here for bubble 10, bubble 11, and bubble 12. Yes, and bubble number 13. There, right there. So what is left for me to do now, since the game is working as expected, is to sort of like make it more interesting. Maybe we should include, let me include for loop. Maybe enter the loops anywhere here. Let's come maybe somewhere here, maybe in 5. Yeah, why not? Let's give that a try. So we use for loop there. So let's say 4. Let's go for I equals 1, 2, 6, and I want you to do as follows. So if I run it now, there will be an error because I have to end it. So let's come right down here and just maybe end right there. So save, and just before I save, have a good look at how the system looks. Click on relaunch, and that is it, guys. And that is how the games look now. You don't know which one you're clicking, so if you click on the wrong one, you might lose some points. I think it's much, but okay, oh yeah, I've just lose a lot of points there. Let's see if I can get it back. Okay, so that is how the game works, guys. I call it bubble drop. I suppose you all enjoy it. If you can develop something like this. And now we also have this bubble drop on Google App Store very soon. Just need to finish up some documentation on it. Okay, let's take it up so that you see all of the codes. There we go, guys. And that is it. So with that, I'm just going to call it the end of this beautiful tutorial. So you all have a nice day now. Bye for now.